poštovani žečezdika je sekuče, nekaj minuto bomo začeli tudi zadajati predstavitvijo najboljših 8 ženskih finalist. Ladies and gentlemen, in short seconds we'll start with the official presentation of best 8 women finalists. Starting with Natsuki Tagi, representing Japan! Najboljša iz polfinalega nastopa. Olimpijska prvaka, predstavnica Slovenije, Yaniel Gambre. Please escort the athletes with big applause for your applause.
About to launch into some crimps that you
Yeah,
thought
I've seen
looked
those.
hard.
I saw those crimps and I was like, why is it so weird? Where would you stand? But then again, you have a lot of these curves on the wall, which are 1,000 years old. I mean, I remember when I competed here in Youth B, and you always have to know exactly where these good feet are. And you can see there are tick marks in the wall where you can actually stand pretty well.
I wasn't aware that comp climbing had that much of a history, 1,000 years.
1,000 years, you wouldn't believe it.
And it's only just got in the Olympics, outrageous.
Why were we so slow?
Well, on the left-hand side, you can see a graphic showing the athlete's progress up the route. And if you're a sport climbing veteran, bear with me in this moment, because this is for you new sport climbers out there. The aim of sport climbing is to get top of the wall. Each hold is numbered along the way, and you get a plus if you use that hold. And we'll describe using a hold later if we have to. But the aim is to climb as high as possible, and you have to clip all of those quick draws in. Natsuki looking good, looking down at the clock, and you can see bottom right of the screen, 6 minutes on that clock and 2 minutes 38 left.
Pretty slow. It's not far up, but she only has 2.5 minutes left. So I need to say, there's a historical value of this wall. You see those inserts? They've been there for ages. I remember it was really popular. That's what you once had like full routes built on. You just had the inserts in and no holds. But then they kept the inserts and they added the holds. So the inserts would stay in for years and years, all the same ones, or maybe they'd just switch them up. So you'd have to know they exist and then know how to use them. But it's super old school. It's really for museums now.
Exactly, I love it. This is the kind of wall I started climbing on, so for me, I feel at home. Now Natsuki goes across with her feet first, almost gets a little knee bar scrub in there.
Yeah, I think she has to go back. because this way it will be harder to reach them. I don't know how good these Kurils are, but
Yeah. It's not the intended beta for sure.
Probably not. I mean, I don't think there is an actual intended beta for this part. It just, the way it fits you the best. She's flexible. She could find her way around. She isn't too tall to not. But
we lose that.
sorry for the gasp. That was pretty shocking. I think she turned around to see the clock, and then she just kind of pulled herself down.
Yeah, she didn't look tired. She didn't look particularly pumped at that stage. We'll see a replay of that moment.
Hopefully.
Natsuki Tani falling when she looked like she was in control. This is the moment. So she had her feet flick around the right way by this stage.
She was resting. I think she turned around to see the clock, and then something happened.
That was the first turn.
She kicked her hand with her knee. That happens. Yeah. So unfortunate. That happens actually more than you'd like. Happened to me quite a few times. You just kick your elbow or forearm when you're on a bad hold, and you don't even see it coming, and it just like blows you off the wall.
Natsuki Tani unlucky then, as she sits down on the beanbags. I like that. Very comfortable.
Oh, cozy.
No, we don't get beanbags. So the MC leading the audience to some kind of a chant here. I'm not sure quite what's going on.
I think they're chanting Luchkas. No. I have no idea what they were saying. I didn't hear.
Well, Dinara Fakhritinova is out next. There she is. And an athlete who kind of disappeared for a while.
Yeah, she had an accident.
Yeah, she was injured, an injury.
Yeah. It was a nasty one, very nasty. So she's back, and I'm glad to see her fresh as, I don't know, 10 years ago maybe. Yeah,
well, she's had a good season so far. 8th in Chamonix this year. 19 golds throughout her IFSC career. A lot of youth competitions, so...
That's a lot.
So experienced.
I wish I had that many.
You will, Stasha, this time.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see how long I last.
Right, so she gets a little bit of time to check out the route. And we know this first section, fairly straightforward. It's just a case of keeping it together. I've got sweaty hands already here in the commentary box. It's not good. So Dinara gets us underway, reaching up towards that arête. And one of the great features on this wall is the fact that you can use these arêtes, these 3D parts of the wall.
3D parts, yeah. There's an actual crimp, like a virtual crimp on it.
I love the fact that they haven't taken off all the tick marks from other competitions. Genuinely, I think that's brilliant.
I mean, I don't think I like it. It's just very confusing. Every time I'm on this wall, I'm just like, oh, now I have to remember where all the trick parts are.
It's like outdoor climbing. For me, this is what it should be. Every wall should be this. Someone go and make divots in the Chamonix wall.
Oh, no. It's like, I mean, the World Cup was supposed to be in Ljubljana, I think the actual Innsbruck wall was supposed to be mounted in Stožice, big sports hall. But I think last minute they had to change it, maybe COVID regulations, maybe some other sport events. And then last minute they were like, oh, well, damn, we have to do it in Kranj. And the federation president, Tomo Chesson, said, every year he says, I hope this is the last time we see each other. And he's like, I'm done with organizing Kranj World Cups. And then this year he was again, I know I said this last year, but I really hope this is the last time we see it.
You can't say that, because this is my first time in this venue. It's one of those places.
Really?
I've seen it on videos so much. First time here. Anyway, Dinara gets a huge drop knee in, or tries to. And this is the move that Natsuki Tani just hesitated on, and so did Dinara. Just a little bit tricky to read that sequence.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like you don't really know if you want to put the toe hook in or you just want to go for it. You're not really sure what the inclination of the first hold is and how deep you know the hold. You know there's a pocket, but you don't know how low you actually are with your limbs. So that can cause some hesitation.
Yeah, she's working her way up steadily, but taking her time.
Yeah, see, she grabs her. She knows she's been here.
Exactly, this is what I love. You can make up your own holds. Brilliant.
When I remember those early Youth B days, I actually won a general ranking once in lead here. I don't know. I think I was second year Youth B, that's 15 or 16, I'm not sure. And I remember it was just at this wall. I've ended up 4th at the competition, but I won the general ranking. And that was so cool. And it happened on my birthday, actually. That was quite an event to remember.
There we go, Stasha go with the old school stories. I like this.
I'm like a grandma here, back in my days.
Now, check out this hold. To the left, up and left of where she is, there's a little yellow screw on and a tick
Oh,
mark.
it's like a pinch.
Yeah, that is a
Okay.
hidden hold by the route setters. It's there if they want to use it. You don't have
I think,
to. And you can see her looking, that's it there, exactly.
I think Natsuki used it.
I mean, it's obvious
Yeah.
when we can see it, but if
Yeah,
you're an
I mean-
athlete and you're stressed and tired, maybe not so much.
I think you can, maybe not.
There we go, it's possible without it as well. They didn't want to put a stopper move in.
Yeah, she saw it. You can see the tick mark.
So now she's,
But then you go again. It's just a helper.
yeah, it's one of those things you don't see in many walls apart from here.
Yeah. So I, as a boulderer, would now, do this and then put my feet here and then match here and then bump with the right up. Try to put the knee bar, but I don't think you can make it. And then some heel hook again, and then try to clip.
And it's interesting with these yellow blobs, I think we'll call them, because some of them have screw-ons, some of them don't.
Yeah, I think only this one has screw-ons.
But there's a couple
the next
down
one.
left.
Okay,
but
okay.
that from the ground, you can see when you're up there, you might forget where they're at, make a mistake.
Yeah.
It's easy to make a mistake on this route.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, she uses a knee bar now on the right screw-on, but now she has to be pretty precise. They're pretty tiny, and you need the other foot to make the balance. But now getting out of here can be tricky. It's like, I think she needs to change her hands, and then popping into the egg with the right foot still on the blob. Yes.
And dual texture, that blob, all the white sections have no friction, only the yellow has any grip on it. Up into the crimps.
Yeah. She looks solid, but she only has 1 minute 45. It's crazy how time flies quickly here, even though the wall is pretty short.
Exactly, and for the semi-finals, time, no issue for any of the competitors. In the finals, it could be more so.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, she's got a long way to go here. She's just through the steepest part of the wall, but now she needs to get through.
Just a bit too quick. She maybe should have just grabbed this egg a bit higher up and then really committed to the highest part of the other egg. But it looked like she just threw herself at it.
So Dinara comes down, no top for her. We'll keep an eye on the score for you as well, and hopefully it'll be updated, but that has put her in the lead at the moment with 30. So in first place with that effort, and it was a good one. So Stasha, you said as a boulderer I would do this. You're a pretty good lead climber.
As a boulderer, I'm very inefficient. I just use my arms as long as they can hold me on, and then when they're gone, I'm just like, oh well, let's go down. I've just come back from lead training at the ranch, and oh Lord, that was, yeah.
How pumped are you still?
I think I'm still pumped. It's crazy. I did only 6 routes, and out of that, 2 were easy, like jug, 7A pluses. But actually, on the warm-up route, my delts got pumped and my biceps from having a straight arm on the jugs. Like, not even my forearm. That wall is endless.
That was Dominskovik's private and now public wall, but Cheon-Soo comes out and joins us. She was a bit of a prodigy a couple of years ago, and she's still extremely, extremely good. 9A at 14 outside. She sent famous 9As like Bow Girls Club in Rifle, Colorado. So she looks up at the wall, fresh from the Olympics as well. Always very focused. I like the climbing shoes within flip-flops approach. I'm going to use that one.
Yeah, it's not like it's raining cats and dogs around here, so you have to put the flip-flops on.
It is beautiful weather here in Slovenia.
Yeah.
The sun just starting to go down outside. We're inside and it's hot in the stadium. Feels a little humid in here. And the athletes under those lights on the main stage, they will be feeling even warmer.
Especially up there, when you're up on the top part of the wall, it can get really, really warm and you're exhausted, and it's like you have this construction around you. It's super confusing. Like, I haven't been at the top that often, to be honest, but the times I have, it was just like, whoa, where am I?
If you're just joining us, hello and welcome to Slovenia. We are here for the final League World Cup of the year. My name is Matt Groom and I am privileged to be joined by Stasha Gale, who will analyse the heck out of these competitors. That's what she's brilliant at doing.
The analyzer.
The analyzer. Well, you were in the first World Cup with me in Switzerland, Maringin, and now you're back.
Yeah. I'm here to open and close the season.
Exactly.
Though, it's not over yet for bouldering. We still have actually the world champs to come in, what, 2 weeks? Not even
Less
a
than
week
that,
and
I
a
think,
half,
yeah.
yeah. And then Korea, the last bouldering World Cup. Are you going to Indonesia?
Hopefully so.
Okay,
So
that's only
I've got a
speed,
few more left.
Yeah, I'm glad it's over in October. It's like I want this season to end. Really, I want to do some outdoor climbs. It's enough. You know?
Yeah, we've had it all. World Cups, World Championships we'll have, and an Olympic Games. And Seon-so will compete at most of them. She comes up to this crimpy section of the route, having worked out that bottom section nicely. So into the crimps, making sure of every move, nice and precise.
She was a bit hesitant in the semis. She messed up a few clips, and I think she didn't clip the last two of the ones she had, and then she went too far up. I think she just dropped down.
Yeah,
it was enough for finals, though, luckily.
Exactly. She tried to down climb a little, realised she was too pumped, then dropped down. But yeah, she messed up the clip sequence there.
Let's hope it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, Seon-so needed to refocus for tonight's finals. Let's see what she can do here tonight. Up to the arete. Once again, a little screw-on used by the route setters.
Oh, the heel.
Nearly popped that heel.
It's funny when you see when people use heel hook, I would just like use my toe hook in. It's I always find it interesting and sometimes like disturbing for my route reading when I say, okay, there's a toe hook coming, and then I see a heel hook. It really disturbs me. Like, why?
For me, heels are seeming to become more and more prevalent. Double heels we're seeing, dropped heels. So Seon-so begins this traverse from right to left through these yellow blobs.
She seems okay on it. No, she actually double knee barred it as much as she could. They have a pretty sharp texture, these illusion volumes. I don't know how painful it must be without pants on the knees. And yeah, knee bars, knee pads are forbidden as an info. I think they were allowed until last year. I remember people using them last year in Briançon and in Moscow as well. But from this year, knee pads are officially forbidden, or any like gloves or any other equipment that's not shoes and the usual stuff.
Yeah, well, Seon-so without that knee pad gets through the traverse well and makes the clip. It's one of those sections that the pump suddenly comes at you, doesn't it? You don't feel it, and then suddenly,
yeah, it's
bam.
like you're trying to rest, especially on this egg. It's not too bad. It's like a half sloper, half crimp. Wow, she barely owls in. That was close.
Yeah, and there is a moment coming up to rest it.
Yeah.
The next couple of moves, she can get stood up and shake, but she's got to get there first.
Yeah, I think you can pretty much rest quite okay here. Now comes a slightly tricky shoulder move, and then again with the left arm. This is like the last rest you can find, maybe on the next pinch.
Yeah, possibly the next pinch route set, because that pinch she's got there, you can stand up and shake, but you can see how overhanging it is. I mean, there isn't much of an opportunity.
She won't be staying there long. Now the powerful section comes, I guess, to separate the top climbers, as it should be.
Yeah, and she hasn't made that bottom clip yet, so she's either trying to, now looks to get it, but I think she's at the end here almost.
Yeah.
Makes the clip, chalking up. Can she get something back on this marginal rest?
I think she has a lot of endurance, so the moves up here don't look pretty far away. The top part, the very, very top part seems really powerful. You have to like twist your hand into an undercling and then go again with the left, which seems really strenuous for the end of the route. So we'll see how far she can get up here. A lot of crimps. So
tell you what, I think she has recovered, sticks that swing nicely. She's got less than a minute though now, should be enough time. Seon-so getting a gasp from the audience as she slaps up to the pinch.
Yeah, a lot of thumb catches. So now she kind of has to go again.
Oh, how is she still on the wall?
Oh, nice fight.
That was a good fight, and that's bumped her way up into the lead on 45. Wave to the crowd, great performance for Seon-so. So the South Korean athlete bouncing back a little from, not disappointment in the Olympics, but she would have wanted to do a little better in the finals there. So
yeah,
nice to see her fighting once again.
Yeah, I think she was maybe more tired quicker than she'd expected, probably because of the Olympics and all that stress and then getting back into shape. It's difficult. I remember when I was done with Moscow European Champs, I was wrecked. I didn't want to see any competitions after that. I didn't climb for 2 weeks, and then I went outdoors. But seeing them back on the wall makes me really surprised, and yeah, good job.
Well, you've had a bit of a pause in terms of bouldering competitions.
Yeah, I had actually a long pause. The last one was end of June. Then I went to South Africa for 3 weeks. That was really cool.
And sent everything, by the way. Your tick list is
not
outrageous.
everything. It was so short, such a short time period. I couldn't even. I spent too much time projecting that 1.8B. Like I spent the last 10 days actually just doing that one boulder that really, really wrecked my mind. I nearly gave up on it a couple of occasions. But then second to last day, I just woke up. I felt great, and I sent it.
Right, Lučka Rakovic joins us out on stage. A big crowd favourite. It was interesting. I was in the isolation area doing some interviews. Slovenian athletes were the first 3 to arrive. No one else was there. They were in there as it opened pretty much, getting ready. I found that quite an interesting sort of perhaps psychological trick maybe used by them. You know, the fact they got in there, they were there before any other teams.
Yeah, maybe they went there first to occupy some space because this ISO is really small. It's extremely small. And they could have, I don't know, maybe they wanted to warm up before everybody else came on the wall because it becomes hot. It's a lot of people. You can fall on each other's head. But for those of you who don't know, it's like a tunnel of the walls. It's like you have a wall on the left and on the right side.
Oh, they changed it. They had them in another building, yeah.
Oh,
so I think they opened it up a little bit.
I apologize.
Yeah. I don't know if they moved them down to the tunnel. I saw the tunnel. That is awesome. I quite liked it.
Oh, that's crazy. Like when you have the lead World Cup and everybody warms up there, you don't want to be there.
Chaos in the underground.
Oh, like people climbing up on each other's arms. One's doing circuits, the other's doing boulder problems. Oh, really stressful.
Well, there is Lučka getting stood up. She is one to watch for the next few years for sure. I know her aim is at 2024 Olympics in Paris. And look at that. I mean, we were talking about heels earlier. She has such amazing technique with those heels.
Yeah.
Locking them in, so flexible.
I mean, you could say she's a really techy, girly climber. She's really a lady, you could say. I mean, also by her looks, she's really pretty and she really takes care of her looks. And she climbs like that. She climbs like a princess.
Well, she has power for days, and let's see what she can do on this route. Currently sitting in 4th. That is our graphic on the left. Nice, precise climbing into the crimps, taking her time.
Yeah, she's good at crimps and block-offs. I think all the Slovenians are, actually. They're all pretty strong when it comes to static moves. But I think Janja and Vita are really dominating the field when it comes to these powerful, dynamic moves. Like I was watching Vita climb in Innsbruck a week ago on some 8C, like through this massive roof. She was flying up there. It's like, wow, girl, how do you climb like that?
Well, talking about flying, Lučka Rakovic has come through that first section easily and quickly. And now she'll reach behind to grab that protrusionally hold off the top and ignores the kind of pointless but fun it's hidden hold.
Yeah. It's a nice toe hook here. I thought she would maybe clip earlier, but this one also looks comfy. Oh, nice rest.
Yeah, checks the clock, and we have clock disappeared from our screens, but
3:22 left.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it if you guys can't see it at home.
Do you think it could come down to time?
I mean, I genuinely think it could. The fact that, you know, Xian So had, what, a minute-ish, minute and a half to go before she fell?
I mean, maybe, but she wasn't too slow either. I mean, I know Laura can be slow at times, but still, it's not really like her anti-style here. There are no jumps, there's no powerful sections, really, that would span her out. So she could run out of time, essentially. I don't know.
It'll be interesting. Lučka, though, bumping out left, some powerful moves to this traverse as she reaches up into that dual-textured volume. The eggs, as Stash is calling them.
They are eggs.
It is eggs. It's like a fried, well, and it looks like a fried egg.
Yeah, it's like in the Balkans we called it, literally translated, egg on the eye, because it looks like an eye.
I like that. So Lučka locks off that crimp. You can see how tiny it is, and she is a bit of a master at those crimps. So she'll be feeling comfortable on that. Blocked on top by the route setters.
These heel hooks look wild. I don't know how their knees handle all this.
Well, this is it. I am the worst for flexibility training. I watch her climb and I just want to go to the gym and stretch because I want to be able to do that.
I don't know, it just hurts my brain when I watch this. After a couple of knee injuries, like massive heel hooking is totally not my thing. I can't just sit on a hold. Something will click and I'll just stay there.
That's true. You can go cold on that. That's totally allowed. Luchka sitting in third at the moment and starting to have to fight a little here. She crosses back to that small crimp.
She's so solid here. We could see the smaller climbers having a bit of a problem here, but she seems pretty solid. You can see how slowly she moves. Everything goes statically. And now the shouldery part.
Luchka in battle mode here, 1:20 on the clock. Bumps left and just missed that bump.
This move is such a power kick. Like, if your shoulders are not strong enough and you don't have back muscles that develop, this one is going to drain you a lot more than any other section of the route. Because these shoulder parts, you can see, usually the skinny girls really struggle in these moves, because you could see that there's not much muscle mass in the back. I mean, they can pull anywhere, but as soon as it comes to these like wing style moves, they really get drained quicker than other more muscular athletes, I'd say. I mean, that's my observation.
Well, Luchka is sitting in second at the moment.
Oh, look at that knee from the knee bars.
Oh. Well, that was that textured surface you were talking about.
That hurts, and it's even purple. Maybe it's from before.
See these athletes bleeding for us here tonight. Full dedication from them, and that has moved Luchka into second with 34 plus. Still a long way behind Cheon-So with that high point, and there is that knee injury. Fair play. Atsuki Tani still looking a bit shell-shocked over on the right after that early pop. So that is our leaderboard at the moment. Cheon-So, 46, leading the way. Luchka, we just saw her climb in second. Dinara in third. Natsuki in fourth at the moment. Natalia Grossman will be out to join us in a moment. And Natalia Grossman, well, we just watched a few replays of these moves. This was Natsuki Tani. And the reason we're pausing, by the way, is because there's a live band playing.
Yeah,
we'll
I think I'll film a bit and put it on my story if you're
there
interested. Yeah, it's quite a show here. Earlier we had some flying people next to us that we didn't see at all.
Go ahead to Stash's Instagram if you want to see what we're seeing. But for now, let's watch Dinara. This is her moment coming through this traverse, cutting loose, getting those feet up into the resting positions, using everything she can. Big slaps to the left is what undid her. And the hugs all around Natsuki Tani. That slip, so unfortunate, knocking her own knee off. And Cheon-So, our current leader, well, could prove to be the high point for a while.
Yeah, she was up there in the blue section. That's pretty cool. So now we are halfway there. We got whom? Natalia comes next?
Yeah, Natalia, followed by Vita Lukin, followed by Laura Rogera, followed by Yaniel
that's
Gambre.
going to be tight. So who's in the game for winning the general rank?
I'm glad you're here because, as most people know, maths is one of my weaknesses.
Well, I might have to use the calculator here. Like, calculating in my head is not my very big strength.
You use whatever you want as long as you can work it out. But basically, Natalia Grossman is winning at the moment with 231 points across the season. Laura Rogera in second with 223 points. Vita Lukin, 218 points. Then Yaniel Gambre, missing some World Cups. Briançon, remember, on 200 points. So our top four all competing in this final. So using maths, Stasha at some point will keep you updated.
It's tight between, well, basically all of them. It's like who mustn't win, who should win. If this happens, this one wins. I mean, Yanya is on the fourth place. She can save herself only when she wins. And, well, let's say none of these top three actually make it to the podium, which is kind of hard. It's just the top four are the ones who are actually left to climb on the wall. So now we're going to see how the general ranking unravels.
And that is our band we're chatting about. Look at this, live entertainment. You get me talking rubbish, Stasha talking sense, and a live band. It's unbelievable.
I'm talking sense, thanks. That's quite a compliment, which I would not agree on.
Well, this little pause mid-competition. And now Natalia Grossman comes out, and there is the smile that is plastered across her face in every lead finals that she's competed in. this year. And I mean, Natalia Grossman, 2021 has been her breakout year. A double gold medal in the 2 Salt Lake competitions. Silver in Briançon recently, multiple silver medalists. I mean, she is a woman who will be gunning for Olympic gold in a couple of years' time.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of comments that she should be on the Olympic team instead of this or that girl. But, you know, I think she came in a good shape a bit too late. So she just shined this year, not before.
Exactly.
And
I mean, it's coming into form at the right time, so we have to do it.
yeah, exactly. It's right on time. It's a bit of a pity, you know, for her to watch. But I think a lot of new stars have developed while training with the Olympic teams. So maybe they've gotten the same treatment, because also the Olympic athletes had to train with somebody. So, like, I know the Germans always had this, like, support team for the 2 guys that went, like, for Alex and Jan. They would also bring Yannick and Christoph. So they would, like, be a good, like, friendly competition and a good reference to them. So they would still have to be better. And I think it's good. It's motivating for both groups.
Yeah, and Natalia benefiting from excellent coaches, and as Stasha said, Olympians in the fold. So she launches up through this first section. Nice and easy, straightforward through here. You just don't want an early slip. Comes through nicely, and this is the moment that Kitani had a little pause, tried to get a toe in that didn't really work, and then reassessed. Let's see how Natalia deals with this.
Yeah, she's really good in bouldering too, so she immediately sees the toe hook. But I don't think the toe hook is really what you need in this case.
Yeah, she moved to Boulder, Colorado to be part of that American team. Best friends with Brooke Rabatou. He's another athlete missing from this after the Olympics. And, you know, she's so strong outdoors as well. Red Point's 8C in terms of sport.
Yeah.
Has climbed 8B boulders, so an all-rounder.
Yeah. It's good. Like, I think bouldering and lead is kind of complementary to each other. It's good to do both. I've done quite a bit of lead. I haven't competed this year because I needed a break from the lead competitions, and I really wanted the summer off to go to Africa because I knew I wouldn't be going there before Paris Olympics. So I said back in November last year, it's like, it's either Tokyo or Rockland. It's like no other choice. So I had to give myself that gift. But I've been training lead, and it's nice to feel the improvement every training, and it's also good for bouldering because you kind of learn how to be efficient, learn how to read stuff in a different way, and you also get the endurance, which kind of, it can be beneficial in this 5 minutes on and off format.
Natalia, when you need the power, it's there, and Natalia is about to need some power as she launches up now into this traverse. Still smiling.
Sometimes I think it's just her, like, natural face. It's not like she's intentionally smiling.
Maybe she's in, like, mind-numbing pain with the pump. Maybe it's a grimace. We don't know.
I could be. I don't think it's a grimace, but, you know, some people have, like, a natural smile on their face. It's like not like they are forcingly doing it, or they're, like, actually enjoying themselves the massive time every occasion. But it's just, that's how she is. She's just hopefully a very happy person.
Yeah, and very talented as
Yes.
she comes up and through. Now, interestingly, she looked for a moment to go
Whoa,
with the left.
she campuses. That's my boulderer. Use your arms, girl.
There you go. And now what a spectacular resting position. Hung above the stadium floor, one leg trailing, one in a knee bar.
She kind of messed up the arms. She went the other way, crossing. Okay, now she realized it might be better this way.
Yeah, adjusts with that knee bar in. You can hear the support from the crowd. The Americans getting behind their athlete. Not everyone getting behind her. Into the crimp. Makes a long, long clip here. Those quick draws extended to prevent the rope drag because it's about to go straight up after this traverse. Locks off the crimp powerfully, and this is this shoulder move. Let's see how boulderous she is.
Yeah, she has good back, I think. I think it won't be that. Oh, it's a massive hit. She's trying to save herself here, but I think she's just losing power for it. Oh, girl, now release all that But you can see how controllably she holds her scapulae and her shoulders. It doesn't go backwards. She's not like dropping into it and hanging on her like so ligaments and bones. She actually has something to work with. And that's what you really need in climbing when it matters.
Yeah, and she goes up into the rest. 1 minute 20 on the clock. Sorry if you can't see the clock. We'll keep you updated if things get close. So into pinches, and now
biceps part.
Yeah, and into the lead, I think.
Yes.
Or close to, anyway.
No, not yet. I think.
She's certainly knocking on the door.
I think she needs at least 4 more moves.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That was
She's
the section.
getting pretty pumped now. You can see her elbows going out. That was it. But nice fight, though. I really liked her style and how she climbed this route. I think it was very flowy. She might have lost a bit more power when she cut her feet in the roof. I'm surprised she held that one. That felt a bit impossible, but that might have kind of disrupted her, and maybe she could have pulled off a few more moves.
Yeah, in second at the moment with 41. And that splits move that we might see in a second to get the shoulder locked off was pretty special. It's the small crimp before a couple of moves to the left. And that is her fall. So Xianso still in the lead at the moment. Slaps out. So using maths, Stasha, that will mean she's got 80 points on the board if she comes in second.
Yeah, we'll still have to wait. You know, after Olympics, I realized there's no point in making predictions. You always fail at it at least 80%. It's like I was doing Excel tables and predicting the scores, and then I missed, of course, everything. I mean, I did guess for Yanya, though.
You just predicted your prediction at 80%. Is that a prediction? I mean, how deep do we go into this?
Yeah, it's too complicated. I won't go further into explanations.
I'm backing out right now. I'll talk about climbing. Vita Lucan is on stage. She was third in her last competition in Briançon. Climbed an 8C called Kingslayer in 4 tries in 2020. And if Lučka Rakovic is perhaps more of a precise climber, Luka Vitan has this ability to unlock something powerful deep within her.
Vita is she's a bomb. She's a powerhouse. She is really surprising me every comp, and I really love watching her because her style kind of resembles my own style. She has a lot of muscle, and she damn knows how to use it. Really, she is really. I mean, she's short, but she's so massive, really, and I like it. I saw her a few days ago in the ranch. She wore a jacket, and I didn't recognize her. Really, she had her hair down, totally different style of Vita. I was like, is this Vita? Wow, but I think she's in really, really good shape at the moment, and I think the moves up there will suit her well. I hope she won't mess it up anywhere, but she has really, really good chances here of getting the podium.
Yeah, we haven't seen any earlier slips yet, and there, Vita deciding with the bump left beater, quite a physical way of doing that section, but now sits right back down on her right foot. Makes the clip in a match, and she'll go into the crimps. Choosing to rest again. And some of the, I mean, we had a very short turnaround from semi-finals this morning into finals.
Yep.
That's tricky for anyone to deal with.
That's always hard. It's like you're so sleepy after the comp. Even though you do just one route, you still do the warm-up before that. You're stressed. And you just get so wrecked after the comp, you just want to sleep.
And it was early. I mean, most of the athletes, when I was at breakfast this morning, around about 6:30, they were all up, ready.
Yeah. With COVID regulations, they have a defined time for warm-up, which they can't exceed. They can't go earlier or later. They have to be there, and I think in lead they have 15 minutes to warm up. I don't know if it's any different to bouldering this year. But yeah, you just have to be there. I know yesterday for qualies, men were... I heard actually some of them were leaving the house at 5, you know, the ones who leave in Slovenia. They'd leave at 5 or 6 just to make it on time and start a warm-up.
Yeah, everyone having to adapt their schedules to COVID, which is as it should be. We're all trying to be safe here. There is an audience in the crowd, but COVID protocols being followed.
Yeah, they all have to present the test or the vaccination or the paper that they've already had it in the past 6 months.
Vita Lucan rests for a long time. on this blue protrusion, hanging backwards before she launches into this more bouldery section. Up she pumps now with the left, matching it, wrapping her arms around it before trying a high heel hook, cutting loose for a sec.
This was really critical now. She's turned red.
Yeah, Vita Lucan having to fight.
She's having troubles here. And that's what I meant. Like, I know she can do this, but if she messes it up, she's in trouble. And that's what she did.
Hasn't got a knee bar in yet either.
No, not at all.
So Vita Lucan will need to find a moment to rest here. She's still battling on, but
she can go on for a while, but we'll see what will happen in a few moves. I think the eggs will be totally okay for her.
Exactly. How will she cope? Pardon my pun. So she will be crossing through now and going left.
I mean, it's become pretty warm, and it's hard. It's difficult to breathe when you're up there. It's humid. You're trying to get some oxygen, and it just doesn't come to your lungs, really, or your brain, or your forearms. Sometimes it can get so foggy in a situation. You have no idea. You don't see further than one hole, like, in front of you. And that can affect your instant, like, route reading and adapting to the beta you've planned out earlier.
So Vita Lucan looked like she recovered a little, but this is the shouldery move, which we actually don't think she'd have too much of a problem with, her kind of style.
Yeah, no, not at all. She looks fine.
There we go.
That's that control. But now she seems to drop. You can see how shoulder goes up. That means she's pumped, and the big muscle groups can't really support her anymore. There's fatigue. There's everything kicking in. And that's when you see these ambiguous positions of the elbows and shoulders. She still holds on. This is insane.
She wants this in front of her home crowd, and finally Vita Lucan is down. Wow, well, that was sweaty for me in the commentary box.
Man, look at my hands, man. This is insane. I
know. Exciting final here. And we've still got 2 women to go.
So I've just got a message from one of the officials, my dear friend Graham Elderson, and he said that 45 minutes is a minimum warm-up for bouldering. So, Graham, does that mean we have more for lead?
Graham,
I'd assume.
Back in the UK, probably.
Yeah, I know how much it is for bouldering. I've done that, but for lead, it's a bit different.
Right, so this was Vita Lucan on the eggs. And somehow she found something. I thought she was going to fall, but every move seemed like a fight. She kept it together and then found some drop knees in a couple of seconds and a big heel in there in order to rest. She wanted that badly.
So let's see the results now. She's currently 3rd. We still have 2 girls left. So let's say it stays like this. So we neglect.
Oh, this is a prediction.
This is a prediction.
Yeah.
This is like a totally not important prediction, which is irrelevant completely to the outcome. So Natalia is 2nd, she'd get 80 points. Vida is 3rd, she'd get 65. In that case, Natalia definitely wins.
Right, thanks for that, Stasha. We will ignore that, as you said. Laura Rogera is on stage. Laura, I interviewed her yesterday, and we talked about the Olympics, and she said, look, it wasn't what I wanted, but she's got this determination to come back now and prove a point, I think, in these last
I mean, she doesn't have that much to prove. I mean, we've seen her win the World Cup just before the Olympics, and of course we know she's in shape. But sometimes the routes don't suit her, and sometimes it's just too much for her, and sometimes her body can't support her on the way up to the route. And I think this one, well, we'll see how she does up there on the end of the traverse. But we know how good she is. She does 9As constantly. Yeah. She just crushes. She's in finals all the time. But we'll see how much damage Olympics have done to her. And
she came back from the Olympics.
Yeah, she did a 9A.
Yeah, did a 9A. Jet lag to recover.
How crazy is that?
I know.
Yeah, nice. I'll try that next time for recovery as well.
I just stopped climbing at that point.
I'll just go to do a 9A. Maybe I'll also recover from jet lag. Thanks.
Unbelievable. So she's got such pedigree outdoors. Of course, she's climbed 9B outdoors. So will the route suit her? Because Stasha's right. We see her struggle sometimes, and then other routes just... I mean, she's a static queen, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she also learned how to move dynamically, and she can do it well. But sometimes some moves can be too much for her. You can see her shoulders go all over the place. She can lose time. Like now she's already losing a lot of time. And she's just not really, she's insecure when it comes to a bit dynamic stuff. Something that requires power, she can stay in there and try 3, 5, 10 different betas. She won't lose any endurance, but
that's what she does well. I mean, that resting move
I mean,
exactly it.
Exactly that toe hook. Nobody used the toe hook there on the wall. I mean, why would they?
Yeah, she finds ways, does Laura, to get through sections.
Exactly, always does, always does. Sometimes exactly when we said she gets limited in the route is because there's no other way. You can't get around it, and route setters make sure you don't, well, what we usually say, you don't cheat the route. That's what dynos are for, I think.
Yeah, well, Laura just broke the meter on that sequence of that long left toe hook, and now she'll move towards the roof. Look how overhanging this section is. It really does cross through the steepest section for a long, sustained period of time.
It's been a while since we've seen an actual roof in a World Cup. I mean, it's only in Kranj. They don't build a wall like this anymore. There's one in IMS, but I don't think, we haven't seen a World Cup there in a while. There's still these youth cups happening, but none of them actually go through the roof.
There we go, bring back the roof climbing.
Oh no.
I love it, I love it.
Oh, I die, I can't breathe.
Laura quickly through, doesn't use the secret hold, but bumps up instead into these slopers, and now she's gonna have to bring her feet high. The clock comes back, 3 minutes 11 on, and going with left.
Yeah, she went the same as Natsuki, but now she changed it. It's like, it's not that ideal to go feet first. It's harder to get out of it. It's like you're tied in and you need to do something with your legs.
Checks the clock, 2 minutes 50. She's climbing quite quickly at the moment.
Yeah.
Got through that initial tricky move and then passed it fast. Laura then, let's see what she can do. She's got 4 or 5 moves to go before that little rest. Adjusting the hands, bumping up. And this crimp for her will be a bit of a rest. She's so good on these crimps.
Tiny hands.
Tiny hands, exactly.
Make everything a jug.
And there she goes, locking it in.
Oh, I hate block crimps. It's so unsatisfactory. It's like you're there, you're on a crimp, and then they block you. You're like, why would you do that?
I like that, unsatisfactory crimp. Excellent.
You know what it's like, and then you just get this blocker hold.
Hey, I'm a crimp fan, I know exactly what you mean.
Here we are, the shoulder move.
Laura actually makes it look okay, just bumps in. But again, she got herself in such a static position to do that. You know, she was just worked her way across.
I was talking about this knee bar with the root set. It's like, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe some will use the knee bar, but I don't think you have to. But Laura is the only one to use it. Even I spotted a knee bar, which I rarely do.
There you go. And remember, Laura is climbing for that overall title as well as tonight's victory.
She switched hands on this tiny... Also, again, block pinch. Oh, she skipped the whole move. Wow, nice.
Laura not needing every hold on that wall. Now comes into the section that Natalia fell on.
Yeah, Vita also, we lost her.
Sorry,
on this
Vita,
whoa.
Vita.
And we lose Laura as well. She slips off.
And she is annoyed about that.
Oh.
She had more. She had more to give, I think.
Yeah, obviously.
All right, we'll see some highlights and hopefully that slip, because we think it was a slip.
This confuses me a bit. Let's see.
Stasha's confused. We're in huge trouble. She's the only one keeping this together right now.
Oh, I'm out of shape.
Oh, we watched some highlights of that, and Laura.
She's in 3rd place now, so she... Ah, okay, because of the countback, she's better than Vita. So, also in the general ranking, she'll be better than Vita.
Apologies, by the way, if we're watching... yeah, and this is the slip. Our screens in our commentary box keep cutting out, so we can't actually see. But now, here we go. That's the slip. Or coming to the slip. Yeah, just couldn't bring the feet back in underneath. I think she was looking for the heel on the left.
Yeah, a bit imprecise, too quick. It happens quite often, though. You don't want it in the finals.
So Yaniel Gambre enters the arena to thunderous applause, flags waving here. And so they should. She's a hero in her own country. She's a global star, And she's still one of the most humble, kind, down-to-earth and just straightforward, nice people I know. So Yaniel will start her final that she really almost didn't even compete in, but she's here.
So if Yaniel wins and Natalia comes third, well, in this case, obviously, Yaniel would beat her for just 4 points. Yaniel would have 300 and Natalia would have 296.
Right, so Yaniel's looking for the victory, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But if Yaniel comes second and so wins, then Yaniel has how many? 200. Then Natalia wins.
Okay, well, Yaniel.
So Yaniel has to win the overall ranking. If she doesn't win, Natalia wins the ranking. Okay, I think I'm doing well now.
Stash it, I'll take my hat off to you. Stunning maths there. So, Yaniel, if you didn't hear that, you've got to top.
Oh.
Will she be tired, though? She qualified into the semi-finals not in first position, down 4th or 5th, I think, and then semi-finals pulled it out and really, well, she came into this in first place.
She solves this part quickly, no hesitation. She's like, I think she has the mindset, the climbing mindset, as somebody who is, I'd say, 26 years old. Like, she has a lot of experience, even though she's 2 years younger than me.
Yeah, well, it was amazing. When I saw she was 22, that kind of blew my mind. Because I remember when she was, I think I met him at a Rockstars event or something when she was very, very young, and she's just come into this prodigy.
Yeah, she just learns so quickly, and she gathers experience 5 times quicker than a mere mortal would in the World Cup.
Well, let's not talk her up too much, because she has got to do this route first of all. So she's got through the quote-unquote easy section.
There's a lot of kids cheering for her. They're all having flags with Slovenia. I feel Slovenia, yeah, true.
So she crosses up, wastes no time here, makes a quick clip.
I don't know, recently when I watch her climb, my heart just stops. I stop breathing. I just start sweating like crazy. I don't know. It's difficult.
Yaniel almost resting on that big yellow blob thing. She is resting on the very blob.
Yeah, there's 3.5 minutes left. Quite all right.
She looks around a corner at what's to come, trying to remember where those screw-ons are. They are hard to see.
Whoa, this is cool. I mean, nothing unusual for her, let's say, but she does shock us a bit with these moves. You'd be like, whoa, where did this come from?
And with some athletes, you say, well, maybe they made a mistake. With her, you kind of feel like that's very deliberate, those kind of big moves that she comes out on.
What is she doing?
And you're breaking all the beta here, but could it be a mistake? She is human.
And she wasn't even precisely heel hooking on the foothold. Wow, this girl is just blowing my mind every time.
And she's got just under 3 minutes on the clock, so climbing quickly. She'll probably need to rest, you'd think, in a minute.
Nah.
No need.
Or maybe. Maybe she also got disappointed by the blocked crimp.
Maybe. She'll have a word with the setters later on. So Yaniel coming out into the slopey egg. Across with her feet.
Yeah, so flawless.
Well, we haven't seen that method, and she's going to bump the left hand out now.
She like just pressed the palm and then just locked around like an octopus around the foothold. I mean, just fucks.
Cheon-So still in the lead.
The crowd is going so wild, I can barely hear ourselves.
No one has topped this route so far. Yaniel, the final athlete out. Cheon-So in the lead at the moment with 46.
I'm sweating.
This is not only for victory here tonight, remember, this is for the overall title for Leeds for 2021.
Oh, I really like this toe press she does with the left foot. I started doing that too. It's pretty good. It's like you can just press your toe anywhere and get some more rest and like easier position a bit. Use it, folks. It's cool.
Yaniel in 5th with 37 at the moment, resting here on these pinches.
Let's see how she does here with the heels.
That's the heel that Laura was looking for when she fell.
I mean, there's nothing on the hold. It's just the volume, but it's like you really want it there, pressed on with as much surface area as you can find on your shoes. She looks so solid here. I think she was more pumped in qualies than here now.
Yeah, I think you're right. Qualies, she struggled a little. Looked like she was...
Let's see. So now she beat Natalia. She's second, but she has to beat...
So comes up with a big pinch. We're updating it. She's in second at the moment, 43. She needs to get to 46.
So now she's equal. And I think now she actually won the competition. And
yes,
that's
Yaniel.
what we want. And now she's gonna maybe top the route. That's what we want to see. The crowd's going wild.
She's already an Olympic gold medalist. She told me that she hadn't really been training. She hadn't felt like it. And yet she turns up, bigs up the crowd at the top of this route, looking casual. She's won this competition. She's won a gold medal and she's won the overall lead for 2021.
I think it feels a bit bitter for Natalia because she's been second or third the whole year. This move is massive. This is crazy. That grip is so tiny.
That will be enough for Yaniel Gambre.
Falls on the ground. Okay, watch your step, girl.
Well, that you've just witnessed a true champion, someone who can win time and time again, find the motivation to come back, keep training, keep pushing herself. Yaniel Gambre, spectacular as always, takes victory here in Slovenia and the overall victory, and she takes her deserved moment in the spotlight. Fantastic from her. I'm sitting here with my mouth open, I can barely talk. Wonderful, huge hug from her teammates.
I've seen her this noon after the semis, and I haven't seen her since Olympics. And I just, girl, you're a legend. You are irreplaceable.
She truly is irreplaceable. We watched some replays, and in a minute I'm gonna have to do my normal run down to the bottom of the stage to speak to Yaniel Gambre. We will be back very, very soon for the men's side of this competition. Women climb first here this evening. So, a couple of minutes for you guys at home to just catch your breath, because what a spectacular finals that was.
I can't catch my breath.
No, me neither. I'm struggling here. Well, that was wonderful to see. Deserved, really, you have to say. If you could write a fairy tale ending to the lead season, I think that would be it. So we watch a replay. That's the crimp that finally got to her, but who cared by that point? She'd done more than enough. Just waiting here for the flower ceremony to take place. The podiums will be at the end of tonight. So I'm going to make my way down to the front of the stage. Stash is going to take a little breather. You take a breather back at home as well. That's our leaderboard. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon for the men's competition.
Mimo pochybných negatívnych na naš ekrany, na zažili, kista prostá naše život války. Víta Luka na prvém místu i Lučka Rakovec na šestém místu. Aplaus za Luka i Pavlička.
Idemo v prvi nagradni igri naših pokroviteljev. Imamo en lep svetni druž športne trgovine. Ena vrečka za magnezije, kilo magnezija za mlade plezalce in plezalke. Tudi jaz predlagam, da sodelujejo samo mlajši predstavniki, da podpiramo mlade športnike, ker zakaj bi nekdo, ki ne pleza, zgubljen paket magnezija, se strinjam. ker ni nikoli zamenjati za vodo. Tako da, vzeli ste mlajši od 14 let, lahko sodelujete, nagradno vprašanje pa je, koliko kilogramov tehta jaz? Kdo bi rad sodeloval in dvigne roko od mlajših? Ok, kaj rečeš ti, koliko kilov imam? Približno. 78, dobro. Tam imamo, evo. Koliko ti rečeš, da imam? 80, dobro, je šel 2 kili, ta je že izločen. Koliko misliš, da imam kilogramov? 60. Kaj pa ti misliš? 85, kaj ti misliš? 79. 79 ali 79?
Yaniel, in front of your home crowd, coming off the back of an Olympic gold medal. I can see how much this means to you. Congratulations.
Thank you. It means a lot to me because my last win here was in 2017, and since then I was in the finals 2 years ago. So I always had a love-hate relationship with Kranj, but no, this time I really enjoyed it. Of course I was feeling pressure because it's the home crowd. I wanted to win, I wanted to show my best, but I could relax and just climb the route because it was so nice. Even though I did the wrong sequence a little bit, I enjoyed it so much, and yeah.
If you hadn't won enough this season, you also won the overall lead for the season, so congratulations for that.
Thank you. Well, I wasn't looking for the overall, but now that I won, wow.
Yaniel, you've had an amazing season. Enjoy every second of it, and again, congratulations.
Thank you. I won the overall.
So, as you have just heard, she had no idea she won the overall. I don't know if she'd ever even thought about this. I mean, that's just Yaniel. What can I say? So currently the unofficial general ranking, Yaniel is first, Cheyenne Seo is second, and Natalia is third.
Well, I'm back, having just spoken to Yaniel, and I actually broke her. She didn't realise she'd won the overall.
Yeah, she had no idea. I just said to the audience here on YouTube that she was just totally unaware of it. I don't think she ever... I thought she had it in mind, and this was also one of the reasons why she's actually competing here after all of that struggle in the Olympics, and she's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Didn't even cross her radar that she'd won the overall as well. So, Yaniel, what a season for her. The accolades will go long into the night for her. That was a little slip at the bottom.
Yeah, that's just typical Yaniel. I mean, she's the one who falls around, doesn't watch her step, totally uninformed.
You saying Yaniel Gambre is clumsy?
Yeah, she's extremely clumsy. I think she also has some posts on Instagram where she just posts her fails, and you can laugh for days.
This is why you're here, to give us insights like that. That is amazing. I would never dare to call Yaniel clumsy. Right, well, let's, if we can, put the women to a side for now. We'll be chatting about it for weeks to come, for sure, because it is time for the men's lead final, and Domin Škofits will be out first, where you climbed at his personal, well, was personal, now his public climbing gym recently, the Climbing Ranch. And he is a bit of a legend himself here in Slovenia.
Yeah, he has been really good since a very young age. He won all of the competitions in the junior category. He kind of appeared out of, I mean, not really out of nowhere. He was always there, but he was never dominant. But his last year of juniors, he just won everything. He swiped the season. Then coming into the senior category, kind of threw him out of the rails a bit. Then he came back with the win in Purs. And then again, a bit of a clumsy season. And he's back in almost most of the finals this year.
Yeah, he's had an up and down season, but we'll talk about that in a sec because that is Yuri Kusa from Japan comes out.
And this is Milan Preskar. I've known this guy, I don't know, since I started competing, since I was a kid. And he was always training so hard. And I think this is his first lead finals in general. And this made everybody happy because he's worked so long to come here, and actually making it to finals here in Kranj must mean a lot to him. And I'm really happy to see him here. I was really surprised to see he climbed super well in the qualies and in the semis. And I think after all this years, he really deserved this spot.
We just saw Fedor Samolov from Ukraine, Satone Yoshida from Japan, and Sebastian Halenke. Always popular, always fun. Comes out onto the stage. Next up, we Luka Potoča, another Slovenian athlete. There he is. Says hello to the crowd. And finally, Masahiro Higuchi, qualifying in first position for this final. He'll be our last athlete climbing, and he's our last announced onto the stage. So those are our 8 men competing. Now the overall has already been decided. Stefano Gasolfi taking victory for the overall. He didn't qualify after a bit of a slip during the semis. So we don't need to do any maths, you'll be pleased to know, Stasha.
Oh, I'm relieved. No more brain stuff for me. I mean, I've been done with uni for this semester for quite some months now. My brain is on vacation.
It's my general state, that one.
I'm vegetating in my head.
Yeah, just having a chilled moment. That's what I'm doing. This was from earlier on this evening, the observation period. The athletes get to air climb, checking out the routes. There is Domin Skovitz, who'll be out first. Sebastian Halenke.
Fun fact about Domen, I've been watching a bit of their training simulations when they're in Innsbruck, and also got some infos of what happens when they're in the ranch and stuff. Domen actually dominates the field on their training simulations all the time. Like, the other guys are not coming even closer, but when it comes to the actual competition, things change, and it's all totally unpredictable.
Yeah, that's interesting you say that, because he is up and down in terms of results, and he only just made it into this semi-final.
Yeah, he got super lucky for that Sasha Lehmann slip.
And that's not me saying it. He said it to me as we walked out. He said, "Oh, I always seem to do things the hard way."
Yeah, he kind of changed his way of training recently, and he's kind of still figuring out how to get back to the flow in climbing. He's physically much stronger, and he says it himself. It's like, it opened up new horizons for me in climbing. But I still need to know how to use it in comps when it really matters. It's not like my core loosens up and I'll just twist my way around and then I'll just go up the route. It doesn't work like that way anymore. My body and my brain are now set in a different way, and there's so much possibility for me, so much more opportunity for movement, but I really need to learn how to control it still. So he feels good, and he really climbs crazy. He does a 9A in Innsbruck. I mean, doesn't do it, but he comes like 2/3 or 3/4 up it on the onside go, which is crazy, really. The routes on the World Cup are much easier than 9A. I mean, 8C, C+ tops. But, you know, when the competition comes, it's a totally different story. You know, you have to be in a different mindset.
Well, do you think it is a mindset thing? Is it a mental thing, or is it just not knowing how to use that physicality?
It's both. It needs some adaptation time. I mean, also he was building the wall for the most of the last year, so he wasn't competing. He wasn't really focusing on using that physicality so much. He was actually using it for different things while building the wall. But being in that competition mode, it needs some, you know, details polished and so on. But he's really positive. He's really optimistic. He says, I really have fun training now, and I have fun observing the progress.
One thing I love about Domin is I mean, his climb wall we've talked about a lot, but he's so keen on bringing young Slovenians through. He was saying the facilities in Slovenia are not quite up to standard, and he wants his place to be the sort of the hub of it all, which I like, the fact he wants to bring in younger people.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you build new generations. Of course, that's how you build future champions. You can't, they just don't come up like by themselves. I mean, the thing that Yania won the Olympics and having so many kids in the climbing school is already a massive step. But you also need support for those kids throughout their childhood days, especially the most critical teenage days, to keep them in the sport and keep them improving. And you need to provide them the facilities. And if you don't have facilities, you have to travel. And then, again, you have to find finances to travel somewhere else where there are better climbing spots than what you have at home. That's what the Slovenians used to do for the long time in the history of climbing. Now, the recent, I don't know, 20 years, they have to go to Austria all the time because they didn't have where to train.
Well, Domin is quick through the bottom of this route, and that's to be expected. No real surprises set by the route setters here, but this is the first of the hard moves, slapping up to that indented hold.
It's like an historical insert made modern.
See, you're turning around to my way of thinking here, slowly.
Nah, still don't like him.
That's fair, Stash. We'll work it out. So matches the insert now, and then some big moves on crimps coming up. And there is, if we see any athletes get up there, some pretty insane beta planned for the top half of this route. But we'll tell you more about that when we get there.
I think Domin also has a bit less stress now because he's first one to come up, and he just gets to do his max. He has no expectations. It's like blank spot and you just go. I really like coming up first, you know. It's sometimes you underestimate it or you just think you've done well, but then it turns out others just overtake you and do so much better, especially in bouldering. That can be disappointing. But I think it gives you more openness to what's coming up in the route.
All right, well, Domin goes feet first, tries to make a clip for a second, drops down and completely spins to get into a better position.
I thought this section would be more complicated to place your feet, but if you squeeze the lower yellow volume well, I think you can be pretty stable. The crimps aren't too good, but enough for Domin to rest. Now the double text holds, which are supposed to drain you.
Yeah, they're very slopey. You can see this second one coming up. And your palm, your thumbs are on that dual texture. It's going to be slippy. But Domin climbing quickly. 3 minutes left on the clock, and he's only got a third of this route to go.
Yeah, if anybody here on this competition has endurance, that's Domin. I mean, that gym of his, it's crazy. It's like you aren't even halfway up and you're already dying. Like today, a couple of other athletes were in the wall. It was a struggle for everybody.
Well, Domin, let's see if that endurance has paid off as he bumps up at a big move into the corner, sticks it, and he's getting massive support from the audience here. Loving watching him.
He finds an undercling here. Is there a hold? Ah, yeah, there is a hold, actually.
Now it gets a bit technical as he presses into the wall.
And just loses it.
A hard section there because he almost had to drop around the arete.
Yeah. Maybe a knee bar could have saved him. I don't know. We have to see the others climb.
Yeah, he's 1 of 8, so we've got 7 more athletes out on this men's route. See a few of his highlights. Cutting loose quickly and easily. If you just joined us for the men's comp, we're in Slovenia. My name is Matt Groom. I'm with Stash Ageo. We are watching all of this incredible action. Yaniel Gambre won the women's competition earlier on today and took the overall victory early on this evening, I should say. And now we are 1 athlete into this men's final. That's where we're at. That's Domin Skofitz. He sits on his beanbags, or the beanbags.
I don't think they're his, though.
No, I don't think so. So up next, our Yuri Uksa. Yuri Uksa from Japan. The music kicks up a notch as Ao approaches the wall. Ao Yuri Uksa gets underway. Slightly strange start this. You could walk up that with no hands.
I don't think anybody dares to go there without hands in a lead wall.
I'd like to see it.
It's really stressful when you have these tricky starts on the lead wall. It really frightens you. It's been also in the youth cups. They'd give like a running start or something, and it would freak out so many people. It's like, oh, that looks so far away, but then you do it, and it's like, oh, okay, that's not too bad.
So Al hasn't really competed in senior competitions at all. In fact, before 2021, he was just doing youth. He was 10th in Innsbruck. He was 4th in the recent Youth World Champ, so he's had comp experience, but not necessarily at this senior level.
Yeah, he's also really young, but I think they compete a lot in Japan. They have a strong field, so I guess if you're good in Japan, you will be good in a World Cup.
Yeah, Al is 18. In fact, he's not the youngest. Satone Yoshida, who's out soon, 17. And again, part of this Japanese squad that just has so much depth to it. You just discover new athletes all the time by watching.
Yeah, they always come with some new people. What, this was a bit sketchy for him.
He went for that crimpy pinch rather than the insert, so decided to do a less big move. Maybe wanted to bump into it, like an
well, I
intermediate.
think Domen also used it, but I think he didn't use the lower insert, and he was pretty low with his feet. I mean, I think we should watch the replay and see what went wrong, but I think he was on the volumes down there instead of stepping in an insert and using the right insert as well for the hand. You see?
Yeah.
He's too young. He hasn't seen this historic wall.
He's too new school for this old school venue.
Yeah.
There's the crimp that got him. Yeah, feet down too low. And a bit of a mistake from Al means he fell early on. So we quickly move on. Someone you've known a long time and in his first finals.
Yeah, let's see what Mili can do. It might be a bit more pressure than he'd like to have, but I hope he enjoys the route and makes no mistakes.
Yeah, he's competed in senior comps. Chamonix 18th this year. Loves Seiyus. And he's bowled at 8B outside in terms of bouldering and then 8C sport. So strong athlete. Yan, pull on. So we said this bottom it was quite straightforward, but as we've seen, mistakes are easy to make.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, you can make mistakes anywhere. Like, when the panic kicks in, you just stop thinking rationally. You just try to get yourself around, but it turns out to be a really the wrongest possible way of getting yourself out of a certain problem.
Yan getting lots of support from the crowd.
Yeah, he's a hard-working guy. He's really, really strong and has a lot of endurance, but it's like that decision-making that has always put him out too early. And that was the legendary Tomo Cesin, the president of the federation in Slovenia. The guy who said, hopefully don't see you again.
Yeah, lots of legends watching tonight. Some celebrities of the climbing world. Oh, massive move.
See, that's this kind of decision-making. You really don't need to overshoot it. This was too much. And might be a bit of, I don't know, lack of experience, something. I mean, you saw the Japanese athlete being on the volumes already and super high up on it, and he just stepped and just jumped.
Yeah, massive move that would have been if he'd stuck that. And even if he'd stuck it, he would have been so stretched out.
Yeah, I mean, he could have held it, but still, I wouldn't do that.
So, two athletes fall in quick succession. Fedir Samolev is out next from Ukraine. He needs to steady the ship a little bit in terms of losing athletes.
Yeah. Then would be over too quickly with this finals. We don't want that. We're enjoying ourselves here.
We are enjoying ourselves.
It's a bit hot, but okay.
It's boiling. At home you've got air conditioning. It's actually, this is probably the fullest stadium I've been in since COVID kicked off. It's packed.
Okay. Yeah, maybe in
I'm not used to it.
it's okay now with these rules that if you're vaccinated, you're free to go anywhere and stuff like that. But yeah, this stadium is pretty small, but I think it's full. It's packed.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we had a big crowd in Briançon, but it being a huge field, you never get the
exactly.
perspective.
This is the close space, and I I think there might be also the limited amount of tickets that you can buy to get in, but I don't know.
Well,
It's packed, it's unusual.
Domin's coming after 3 athletes is sitting in the top spot. Will he stay there? Cameraman switches on his mic. Careful, Domin.
They're discussing the beta. He's like, yeah, I think I also went straight to the blue one, but I think I was higher with my feet.
This is why we got Stasha in the commentary box. She's amazing
like,
at analysing
it's
stuff.
Blocked. It's too blocked on the left, and I was like, whoa, why is it?
So you're a route analyzer, you're a mathematician.
I understand the language. That's
and
not a big
translator.
deal.
This is a big deal.
Oh God, Matt, you always make it such a big deal when it's not.
So as someone who speaks basically one language.
I'm blushing.
Wow, you're an impressive human being.
Oh God.
So we're a couple of moments pause here. That is the top of our route. There it is, right up in the rafters of our stadium.
So we were told by the route setter that when you see these arrows in the roof, that you're supposed to hold the first one and then go feet first to the second one, catch the crimp up. There's some screw-ons on the underside, on the side below, like inside the arrow, and then you just kind of.
Does that make any sense to you? Because they told me that,
No.
and I just didn't understand what they were talking about.
Yeah, I was also like, why would you go that? Why would you do that? I'd rather see someone canvassing through that section, but.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Route setter was convinced it works. Fair enough. So. Hope someone gets up there to test it out for us. Fedir looks up at the route. He had a bit of a pause before he got climbing.
Fedir, he's really strong. He's kind of trying to repeat the Vadim Timonov's exercises and stuff. He's really psyched on training. He trains also sometimes with Alex when he goes to Ukraine. We did one session in Munich when he was there with Topishko. He's strong and he's super flexible. And his style is just weird to me. He moves in crazy ways, which I don't understand.
He immediately gets a knee bar in to start things off. You want no mistakes to this section. We've seen a couple of early falls.
This first little overhang used to stress me out so much in the youth cups and in the training camps we had here. It was just like the nemesis. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's really hard, and it's not even 5 meters.
It kind of catches you unawares because it is a sharp, angled roof. It's steep quickly off the ground, and he's coming up now to where we lost 2 athletes early on in this men's final route.
To be very honest, I forgot how Domin did it. I wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh yeah, well, he's just going up. I was talking too much, that's the problem.
He cruised through it, really, but now we realise it was probably the first crux of the route.
Yeah. Looks pretty far, too.
Let's see if he can work it out. So, smearing on the wall with the left.
Yeah, and these illusion holds haven't been used in World Cups, really. They're made in Slovenia by Citywall. I think they're just tall.
Stretched out, but it looks like he's making this a little easier, and he does get it.
Yeah. It's the Japanese climber couldn't reach it. I think they're just really tall.
So he gets through this initial crux unharmed, and now just Domin Skofits on 31 plus is ahead of him. Fedir comes up into the crimps, still quite spread out. Oh, just catching that.
How Domin cruised it. This is also like you have a good climber first and you just think, oh, well, yeah, that's easy. And then you see the other climbers struggle. And then you forget to actually give the value to what the first guy did that set the benchmark so high.
Exactly, Domin making all those moves look a little easier than Fedir is at the moment. Fighting through, crosses up and under with the left. He's now going to have to bring that right in, but goes opposite way from Domin. Oh no, Domin started like this and then he switched.
Then they did the same thing.
Same thing, yeah. So similar moves at the moment.
Now coming to these dual techs. Big slopers. I've actually never touched these holds in my life. Really, these double techs, red, white ones.
Bumping to the slopers. That's the corner above him where we lost Domin Skofits. High heels. this section, just designed to pump the athletes out. Really, the separation on this route is this next part.
You can't really rest here. It's like you're still flexing quite a lot, but you're trying to shake off just to be able to hold the next one. He goes with a different beta. Domen went straight up to the next volume. And now this looks crazy hard. You can see how he's flexing hard his bicep. Oh, and we'll lose him. But now, here's the thing. It's like, I hope the Domen's beta was the intended beta, and then you have the counting holds. I don't know, let's say from this reference point, the left one inside is 1, then the underclick underneath is 2, and the next one is 3. But if you use it in a different order, the order of counting doesn't stay the same, it switches up. So the underclick becomes 1, this one becomes 2, and the 3 stays there. So I think even though he took the underclick first and then kind of, I don't know what the judges will say if it was a plus or not, he will still be, I think, scored lower than Domen. Let's check if the results actually say that.
Yeah, let's find out.
So that's usually the thing. If you have the holds in a similar height, the order that you take them in is what counts, not how they're marked in it.
Well, Federer has been rated at 30 plus, Domen Skofitz 31
exactly.
plus.
So Domen took this quadra volume first and then crossed under. So that's 2 moves. And Federer did just 1 move and did a plus. That's why he gets scored lower.
There we go, well explained by Stasha here. We're having a little break because the band is back. So let's check out the scoreboard. We've been chatting about it. Domen Skofitz leading the way with 31 plus. Federer in second with 30 plus. Au in third, 16. Lian in fourth with 15 plus. So halfway through, a musical break for us. Or at least for me and Stash. I don't know if you can hear it at home. Let's watch some replays of what we've just seen. Well, that was the action that we've just witnessed. We're having a band break right now. Domen Skofitz still going through beta here, working it out.
He likes discussing beta. I think he's like telling him, it's crazy hard, I didn't know what to do.
He's quite analytical, isn't Domen? I mean, I spent time with him and he was talking me through boulder problems, and he sees things, a bit like you see things, to be honest. Like movements, body positions, and he's very interested in the route setting side of it.
Yeah, he was also making some boulders in his gym, which I found brutally hard. Yeah, but I mean, he's a smart guy and he has a lot of experience, so he knows how to work on moves and he learns a lot very quickly.
Right, so here we go, second half of this men's final. Satone Yoshida comes out to join us. Now here's another one with multiple medals on the youth scene. He's just 17. He has started to knock on the door of the senior circuit, 13th in Villars this year. So he's once again back on the big stage.
Let's see how he solves the bottom part. Sometimes it happens that setters make a more move, which it's difficult to reach for shorter climbers, and that's very unfortunate. Like every move should be set the way that both tall and short climbers can do it.
But he is the shortest climber in this final.
So this will be really interesting to see if he'll actually make it work, because if we find out that the shortness is actually what makes him fall, I hope not, then it's a bit like a setter's fault.
But then there are holds, there are intermediates.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can always get your way around it, but I think it's then way, way harder.
Well, let's hope he does it, otherwise route set is going to be feeling Stasha's wrath.
Oh no.
They're in trouble.
They're always in trouble for me.
He crosses through. I like the one red dot of friction, that strip of non-friction. So up to the side pulls, bumping his hands up to get established down low. Quickly into this first crux.
This part is really, it's narrow. You have to put your feet high, but you're still kind of unbalanced with your upper body.
And he's having to bump and he's having to work here a little bit. Watch out for an early snow. Oh, what's that?
Ao did that too. And then he reached from the volume. Okay, he tries to use this. Okay, it's unusable.
So he is stretched out. He's going to go for the heel.
Tricky. Oh no, this is trouble.
So Satone in early difficulties here. Goes back to this press and now commits to it, but drops back down.
This is going to be difficult to hold on.
He's going to go for the pop, isn't he? Can he stick it? Oh my goodness, the finger strength.
This is so difficult. Like, Ao slipped from his left foot there, but this is important. I think it's 3 times harder for them, this move.
Yeah, very tricky sequence, and he looks up. That's frustrating for him.
Oh, okay.
So that was his first final, and an annoying end to it for him.
I mean, he could have maybe just put the toe hook on the volume, but this is so strenuous. Look at the shoulders.
He was there forever as well.
And I think he wanted to put the toe hook up, but then he saw it's too much, and then he just went for it. Oh, so unfortunate.
He'd been on that bad hold. Look at this. I mean, he was there for enough time for the camera to pan down to find his feet.
Yeah.
Well, special move, but it's not going to be enough for Satone. Domin Skofitz, with 5 athletes gone, is still on the top. So Sebastian Helenke comes out. He had a long break from competing, returned really this year. He's had a good one so far. Made it to finals in Briançon. 15th in Chamonix.
He likes the music. Yeah, he's training mostly with his dad. I don't see them that often because we live in different parts of Germany, but the times I see him, he's really working hard, and I think he used the time in COVID to kind of rebound. He had some unfortunate seasons before that, and I think he's done a good job. It's, second finals this year. It's pretty good.
Yeah, he has got a new lease of life, and he's enjoying his return to the top level of competition climbing. And I don't think he'll have as many problems with his first crux.
Yeah, probably not. But now I've seen the heights. So Fedir Samoilov is as high, as tall as Satone. Both are 169, 168. So I think the Japanese just misread the sequence and they went at the shoulder on the gas stone instead of just bumping up this white hold up until the end and just reaching up.
And it's true, because sometimes with the language barrier with the Japanese athletes, they do tend to work in pairs or threes, whoever's in the final,
so
and they can miss
both
things.
did the same thing. We'll see what Masahiro will do. If he does the same thing, they completely missed it then.
Well, what will Sebastian Helenke do with this initial crux? Gets very wide feet, pressing on nothing on the wall there. Little ripple being enough. So he comes into the wall itself with the right foot, but that's going to be a big old move out to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, but he knows this wall. He's also competed here a lot when he was in the Youth Cups, and I think he also won some medals here. So he knows how to use the wall. You gotta be ready for all these tricks. And I think if you have your feet high enough and you walk up with your hand, I mean, you bump up to the top, you have no problems here. Also does this move pretty easily. Fedir struggled here. Fedir had a big swing and Sebastian really looks solid.
Yeah, he does look in control at the moment, and he's approaching the roof, or one of the roofs. There's a few on this men's route. I want someone to get to the top beat. I want to see if it's possible.
Yeah.
So he's in third at the moment. Just shows how low some of these...
He just campuses here. What? This is insane. He does go with a wrong hand in, but yeah, it's big enough to match.
Yeah, made the match. Makes the clip, and now he goes left this next section. Not too difficult, but just enough to start to make the pump burn your arms.
Yeah, he goes a bit quicker than Domen, and he looks way more rested than Domen here.
Yeah,
we might see the top section.
3:30, 3 minutes 30 on the clock.
Chooses the same bit as Domen, goes up, will cross under. This really small hold, and then this part is where we lost Domen and we lose Sebastian as well.
Well, according to that leaderboard, he's gone up to 32.
How's that possible? Is there another screw on the edge that we don't see from here?
Yeah, I'm not sure quite why he's been awarded that, but judges immediately giving it.
Because also the commentator also says that he has the same result as Domen, like out in the arena. But
Okay, we'll wait for a confirmation of that. I mean, it's tricky for us because we said Domen climbed first. It feels like a long time ago.
Yeah. So if they are equal, Sebastian goes first anyways because he has the advantage from the last round. Yeah, okay. Officially, he was been given 31 plus, as well as Domen. But because of the countback, he gets first.
There we go, confirmation. It was 32 briefly, got changed 31 plus. So Sebastian Helenke will jump into the lead. Looking hot.
Yeah.
And it is hot up there.
Yeah.
So Sebastian Helenke, our new leader at the moment. Dominik Skoffit sitting in second, still going through beta.
Yeah. I think he's going to just discuss it with everybody. It was like, oh man, I also tried this.
Speaking in English now. I can't quite hear him. So, 2 athletes to go. Luka Potica will be out next from Slovenia.
Yeah, the youngest member of the male team. He's really talented. Also, like a couple of years ago, he already bounced up and made some really insanely good results.
Yeah, he's made a lot of finals this year already. 7th in Chamonix, 7th in Innsbruck, 25th in Villars, so a semi-final for him. He'll be looking to convert these finals into podium places, stepping it up once more into the next level. So nice and smooth through the first section of this route. It touches the red volume, which will become the feet for that first crux move.
So I think he'll do the same as Domen. I assume they discussed it the same way, though Milan jumped up. That was weird. Okay. Everybody did this part a bit different.
Oh.
Wow, that was a
snatches at it a little bit.
Yeah, it's just really too close to your hands. You're not feeling safe inside.
Now he has a look up. Can he work this out? Big exhale of breath. As he makes the clip. And it is a long way here. You look on camera, it's a bit deceptive. It's a long way to the right. You've got to work your feet up. Sebastian Helenke using feet on the left.
Yeah, completely stood up. I think Luka's going to do a similar thing. He's going to stand in or not. He's feeling insecure. This is sometimes when he gets confused, he slips or makes a mistake, even though he's in really good shape. He just can't use it. This is the Japanese method, but he feels a lot more solid on it. But now this is the
he gets the toe in,
crazy part.
crosses through.
wow, this is what I expected the Japanese to do, but wow, making this work really, it looks stressful on the leg.
Yeah, that left foot shaking as he gets the toe locked in, bumping up. Luca moves into fourth.
He is fighting really hard, but he has a lot of power in him. Might cost him for later, but this is impressive.
That was about as static a cut loose as you can get. More tightening there. Doesn't allow himself to swing out at all. So he's up to the yellow volumes. Which way will he go first?
Will definitely not campus it, or he will. Okay, I should stop underestimating this young man.
And interestingly, straight up with the right rather than going left.
Yeah,
Reversing.
that's what the route set has also said, like straight up on the right side.
So Luca reading the route well at the moment. Has he got enough? We know he battled down low on that first crux. Exciting stuff here. I'm loving this.
Yeah, the commentator fires up the crowd.
And they are getting hyped every time a Slovenian athlete's out, and there is
Yanya going wild.
That's what I meant. She's humble with those victories. She still loves her team and her teammates.
Whoa. That was almost missed. And he still goes on like nothing happened down there. Let's see, will he actually do this? I don't think so.
Into third, similar place, same place.
So he's now in the lead. Yeah, he takes the lead because he won the...
He's currently being given 31. Let's see if that gets updated.
Yeah, I think it will. It was exactly the same body movement. It was progressing towards the next hold, so it totally gets the plus.
So we're expecting a plus on that.
Yeah.
Let's wait for the official results before we put a foot in it.
Yes, yes. I don't want to be blamed later for false accusation.
It's all right, they'll blame me, don't you worry. Always happens. So watching some replays here.
So if Masahiro also does what the other Japanese did, we'll have two Slovenians on the podium and Sebastian Haleke with the silver. Yeah.
Oh, we've got some nervous weights ahead of us. I think being announced here, I think he might have just moved into first.
He just moved to the first place, yes.
So he got upgraded with a plus. There was Yanya giving it everything on the ground as well as on the wall. So because, and we think this, I'm going to check the app. Let's pull up the app.
It's also 31 plus. It can't be anything else.
Yeah, so he's going to be up in first position due to count back to semi-finals. I said he was looking to upgrade himself to the podium, and he is guaranteed a podium at this point.
Yeah, Luca, totally. Yes, so at least second, which is, I mean, a win at the home crowd, that would be so massive for him. That's something you wish for when you compete in your home country.
Exactly. So
like your family comes to watch you, and that's exactly what you need.
Masahiro Higuchi is up next. He's 28, so the oldest athlete in this finals. So experience will come.
Yeah, you can see how relaxed he is watching with his hands on his hips. Like, oh yeah, let's go.
Well, we talked about Domin Škofic perhaps being relaxed coming out first. Masahiro has all the pressure of coming out last.
It's always like you try to figure out where the others have fallen. You can see the swinging quick draws. That's always why you look up the first thing you do when you get out on the lead wall, is you see which is the last quick draw swinging, so you can estimate how far you need to come. But then again, if the competitor before you has fallen lower than the others, then it's a false estimation. But, you know, you can't really rely on these signals you may get from the audience and stuff. You just need to really climb.
But they're clues, aren't they? They're just clues to piece it all together.
Yeah, they can trick you, and you can't let yourself be tricked.
Masahiro, he approaches this first crux. Has he followed the beat of his Japanese teammates? Will he read this wrong? This is the moment we've been waiting for. Will he upgrade those feet a little more?
Upgrade. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think he goes for the same thing, but he's a lot stronger than the other guys. He does the same as Luca did. Will he? How strong is this guy?
He's going to have to cross through. He gets the left. Now he's going to have to keep that toe in while he crosses through with the right.
Wow. Okay. He actually holds the lower one. Goes again.
Yeah, showing his strength. Comes into that crib, nails it.
Swing now. It seems like a good hold, this one. Or not. It's,
yeah, hard to tell. Always slopier than it looks on camera.
Yeah.
Masahiro through the initial section with ease, and now he comes into the yellow volumes, and that is the man currently in first place. He'll, of course, wish his fellow athlete the best of luck, but kind of want him to fall.
Yeah, it's like, please don't go there. So, technically now, if Masahiro falls on the same spot as everybody did, he still wins. Which is kind of, you know, not what you want for the finals. You don't want people to fall in one spot. I think they overshoot this move, or everybody misread the sequence, or there was a hidden knee bar or something they didn't see.
Yeah, it's been a stopper move for the top athletes here tonight. 30, as you can see on the scoreboard, 31 plus the top three. Yuichi in 5th at the moment.
Yeah, I think he won't have any problems coming to that spot, so I'd say he wins. Because it's no big deal. I mean, maybe he makes a massive mistake now and he doesn't hit the next hold. That's the only thing to stop him from winning.
I think you might be right, Stasha.
Yeah.
He's looking so in control as well, so strong.
Exactly. One more half a move and he won. He wins.
Oh, hello. He's now fighting it, and there we go.
Yeah, we even got the hold. Okay.
And he's not going to make that clip draw. If he is, he's going to do it quite high up. Crosses through.
Wow,
Streaming.
this is... Wow! Thank you for this show.
Masahiro Higuchi wins in Slovenia. I hope someone got a photo of that moment, because that was stunning. Suspended above the crowd, going backwards.
So nice to see. Oh, now he drops to the ground. Oh, cool.
That man is done. Give him a gold medal. Let him go home. Well, in front of a packed stadium, we have seen two fantastic finals. Yaniel Gambre winning for the women. Masahiro Higuchi winning for the men.
It feels so good to watch this. I think it was one of the maybe most tight and most interesting finals to see, especially after Olympics. You know, you see the top athletes doing their best shapes ever, fighting for the general ranking as well. And such great climbing. I mean, I'm really happy we got to see something other than 31 plus in this route. And we got to see our roof part. I mean, it didn't go as we expected it to. I told you, it's campusy.
That's true, you did say it. Well, we didn't see a top, we came closer. Right, I'm going to do my usual rundown. Stasha, will you hang around and chat to our people?
Yeah, I'll be here, I'll be here.
I'll come back in a minute. See you soon.
So, Luca wins his first podium. Glad to see the Japanese on the top. It's been a while. And you can see the surprise on Masahiro's face when he won. This is the reaction you really feel in your veins. And really happy for this man. Also, Sebastian Helenke is back on the podium after a long time, I'd say. And he told me he was really happy to make finals. So I can't even imagine how happy he is to be on the 3rd place now. Let's see those smiling faces. It's one of those finals where you're happy for everybody. You're just happy people did as best as they could, and you see those results, and it's the last competition of the season, and I think it's the sweetest one to win. But I think now we'll get down to Matt and his quick interview with Masahiro.
Do you want to speak into this when I come back?
Yes.
Okay. Masahiro, congratulations on your victory. It looked like a very difficult route out there tonight.
本当におめでとうございます。今日のルートめちゃくちゃ難しそうでしたけど、どうでしたか？
いやなんだろう、その準決勝もやってきてすごい疲れてる中でこういうハードなルートがなんだろう、ちょっと耐えれるかどうか不安なところもやっぱりスタートしてからあったんですけど、気持ちでそこはやっぱり自分を信じて応援してくれる人の声を力に変えて頑張ることができたと思います。
It looked really like a hard route, and especially after the hard semi-final, I was a bit nervous about it, but I trusted myself and just go for it with all I could do, and I'm incredibly really happy for this.
Congratulations on your victory. Enjoy this moment. You are a gold medal winner.
本当におめでとうございます。この瞬間を思い切り楽しんでください。
はい、自分でもメダル初めて、金メダル初めてなので今すごく嬉しいです。
This is my first gold medal after a long time here, so I'm incredibly happy.
Thank you very much. Well, we are seconds away from our podium here, and what a final that was. Yaniel Gambre taking victory here tonight, and the overall victory for the lead season 2021. And Stasha, I mean, there's a lot to unpick from that, but the women's route technical, physical, and pretty spectacular.
Yeah, yeah. Go on. Yeah, the female route wasn't really, as you say, it wasn't spectacular. There was nothing, you know, to say wow about. You could see some mistakes that were unfortunate, and you could see the really draining every atom of power by the end of this traverse and up in the, well, mini head wall, let's say. The men's route, however, was difficult almost from the very start, and you could see that even if you misread it even slightly, it could throw you off. But I guess in the end, we saw that if you're strong, you can still do it anyways, even the wrong way, as in Masahiro's and Luca's case. We saw some really strong climbing. Unfortunately, most of them fell on the same spot, but in the end, I think it was a fun finals.
Yeah, it was fun, a lot of action. The women are now queuing up, ready for their podium places. Yania will know which direction to go in, I'm sure, by this stage.
She knows where's the highest.
Exactly. Would she settle for anything else at this stage? That is our podium. If you're just joining us, you've missed all of it. Where have you been? But my name is Matt Groom. I'm with Stacia Gale, who will be back in action as the bouldering season returns. She'll be in the World Champs.
Yeah.
And then
very
South
soon.
Korea.
Yeah, Korea is now difficult with documents. It's a lot of things to settle before that, but I'm excited to go there. I've never been there. I've been in China and Japanese, but...
Me neither. I'm excited for that. Well, that's our top three. Natalia Grossman in third, Cheon-So second, and Yaniel Gambre in top spot, the #1 place, where she... only really where she knows to stand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the commentator was too quick and they already came out. And now I don't know why they don't come up on the podium. It's a bit messed up.
Well,
okay.
She will stand on the top and be awarded her medal.
I don't know why they put the podium so close together and make them wear masks. I'd rather have them really separate 1.5 meters away, but without masks, so you can see their faces. This is not that nice. I'm sorry. I don't want to see a happy athlete with a mask on.
I'm sure they're smiling under that. Natalia Grossman came close to winning the overall. Could have tonight. She's been in Europe pretty solidly competing.
I always wonder how US athletes cope and Japanese cope with the jet lag. They have to fly over so often, and they come and they're in perfect shape. And we just get to go there like once or twice overseas, and that's it. And then, yeah, you're dying for a few days.
There's Cheon-So, gets the medal around her neck. And finally, there is Yaniel Gambre. Yaniel Gambre steps up high. Another gold medal for her collection.
And another "You're Simply the Best" song behind her gold medal.
There's a hidden message within that song, you see. Subtle.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you, it's fine. It's about being the best, but we'll go through it, So Yania takes victory. We've lost our minds here in the commentary box. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. An intense day. We had the qualifying yesterday, semi-finals and finals today.
Yeah, tonight. It's dark here all the time, so.
It's true, it is dark. Night has fallen while we've been watching this final. Yania will just pause on the top on a photographer's snap away. And we'll let you guys listen to the national anthem of Slovenia. Well, Yaniel Gambre soaks in another national anthem. She leaves the stage, and it's cleared for the men to come out. Hero on the top spot. His translator there during that interview, if you saw it, was his coach. And that coach works harder than almost anyone else. She's everywhere all the time. Lovely lady. Well, Sebastian Helenke, Luka Potočar and Masahiro Higuchi, they are our top three. Luka came so close to winning his first finals.
Yeah, I think he was slightly disappointed. You could see on his face, like, oh no, I could have won.
Sebastian Helenke, though, he will take that bronze medal all day long. What a performance from him. He hangs the medal around his neck. Silver, and he'll get a little bit of a reaction, I'd imagine, from this crowd. Luka Potočar, there it goes. Second for him, came close, but the day really belongs to Masahiro Higuchi.
I think it takes time to realize how big your success is, even though you were so close to winning, and even though you could have maybe done one more move, and you know it was there, but then after a few days or maybe the next day you start really respecting yourself and what you did.
Well, there is our winner, Masahiro Higuchi. Simply the best, once again, playing out, and a gold medal on a silver tray is brought forward.
And it's nice to see the last climbers out winning. That's what this show is for. I mean, that's why that start list is for, essentially. You have the best ones climb last.
Exactly, so wait for the national anthem. And once again, we'll let you enjoy that moment. Well, we are done here this evening. Bar some champagne drinking later on. The lead season comes to an end. Stasha, thank you so much for joining me once again.
Oh, again, it's a great pleasure. I just love doing this. Yeah. I could do it every comp. Oh.
I'd have you every comp. Thank you so much, Stasha Go, for being in the studio, in the commentary box with me. My name is Matt Groom. We will be back very soon with the World Championships, followed by South Korea, so more climbing yet to come in this season. We will see you soon. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Good night.
In second place, after flight competition, we World Cup 2021, representing the United States of America, Natalia Grossman. In prezenaszym tekmowaniem się na czwartym miejscu skupnym wysiłku za naszą sławą Praga Zjadowsko. I Zmagala, u skupnym wysiłku czekamy na pokal odpowiedzialności na panelisty Yaniel Gambre z Słowenia. Hvala lepa, najboljši. Sledi pa 10 spotega od zmage v skupnem seštevku svetovnega pokala Hitna Republike Slovenije. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Republic Slovenia. Just give the trophies for past 3 places. The delegate of IFSC. Wypanują zmożni seśniuką piękną światowego pokala uniwersalności. So next, we launch best 3 men. In first place in Living World Cup season 2021, Stefano Gambre, representing Italia. And now, in the name of the winner, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Italy. 'Italia, 'Italia'. Posledimo tudi najboljše tri zmagovalnega oda. Please escort the winners with big applause. So